Tottenham have agreed to sign 20-year-old Japanese centre-back for a record ever fee for a Japanese player in the J-League. So stay tuned to the very end as we look into this player, look into these signings who we all probably don't know a lot about, including myself, Kota, Takai, and just how I suppose the impact he's going to have on Thomas Frank, and also give my kind of thoughts as well as all the info and stats that you need to know. So stay tuned, get involved in the comments too. Welcome back to the channel. I do hope you're keeping well. So Fabrizio Romano shared not long ago about, just over 24 hours ago, he put out a post on his X and across his social media to say that Tottenham agreed a $5 million deal with Kasawai Frontale. Hope I said that right. To sign 2004 born Japanese international centre-back Kota Taki. It's a record fee, as I said earlier, ever received for a Japanese player for the JJ League. So there we go. That's what he has to say about it. But I've got some kind of stats here for you. He's 193 centimeters, so 6'4", 20 years old. His position is centre back. He's a Japanese international. He's had 2 caps at a senior level and 4 caps in total. J1 League under 23 centre back per 90 minutes. So these stats are among those centre backs that are just in that league and just in the under 23s. He tops all of these, by the way. He's first in interceptions, first in possession won and lost, first in passing completion, first in forward pass completion, completio, it says. So I don't really know the difference. Long passing accuracy first, pass completion to final third first, goals first, and headed goals as well first. Wide scouting with those kind of like stats that are really insightful. You don't definitely learn everything from stats, and there are faults with stats, but they're very good. Certainly one of the best, and in fact, his record fee among the J League. So whether he's right for the Premier League or not right for this club, good enough for the Premier League, remains to be seen. But he's definitely one of the best, if not the best, he's the league that he's in. He's right-footed. He weighs 90 kilograms as well. Just another little couple of stats for you there. And people that have kind of analysed him like over in Japan have said that he's a threat air reliever in set pieces. He's got 2 goals from defence. However, there are also some concerns on the other end. What I do know, though, out of my own knowledge, and I don't know anything, but I know the team he played for, they beat, should I say, Ronaldo's Al Nassr 3-2, if I remember correctly. I think he's 20 years old. Well, yeah, he would have been 20 years old at the time. And, not many can say they can hold their own against Ronaldo. So there we go. But I know, as an international pedigree, a lot of people say he's dominant in the air and duels. So it's impressive. He wins around 77% of his aerial battles, showing off his 1.92 meters frame to full effect. Apparently, he has composure on the ball. So there's a lot to like. He isn't a constant playmaker for the back. He does misplace the pass, but nearly 90% accuracy in his league that he's in. So that is good to hear. He might suit a Thomas Frank system. I'm just reading here someone's analysis, a top Japanese source, who says his weaknesses and areas to improve. They say, like any other young defender, he's still raw in parts. However, one concern is his passing range and decision making under pressure. He tends to keep things simple, but he doesn't look like to break the lines often, or incisive long balls to penetrate the back line on occasion. It makes the odd risky choice, that passing to a tight marked teammate in a dangerous area. How many times we see that under Ange Postecoglou? These lapses in judgment have caused trouble before. It's kind of youthful error coaching can fix. Premier League, a stray pass out of defence could be costly. So no, that's very true. So it's good. This person's also analysed the weaknesses. The average height for a J League footballer is approximately 178 to 180 centimetres. That's 5'10" to 5'11", depending on the position in a specific team. So here's a full breakdown. And it's really interesting. They say goalkeepers 185 to 188 centimetres, centre backs 182 to 185, fullbacks, wingers obviously a little bit shorter, 175 to 178, and wingers and forwards 174 to 178. So that's, bearing that in mind, Takai is 193 centimetres, especially high for 20 years old as well. I think that's super, super impressive. So there we go. I think maybe his system will suit Frank's system in terms of that tactical flexibility. It's a really good thread. This one I'm just reading about his weaknesses across social media. So I don't agree with you until I heard that we're about to sign him. That Fabrizio Romano, I think, broke that news, and others. I didn't really know a lot about him, so hence I've gone away and done this research, provide you with the information. But so I'm not going to be one of those fans that sits there and goes, "Oh, I know who he is. I've watched him, and oh, he's a great sign, real good sign. He's going to make a difference. I know who he is. Yeah, this is good." But I'm also not going to do the other extreme either, where I don't give an opportunity. Go, "Oh, he's a club signer. Oh, he's not very good. Look, another unambitious signing, another young player, another." I don't know, a name we've never heard of. Well, we signed for a small club, gone for Japan. All these just lazy, lameless excuses. Give the man a chance. Get behind him. I don't know much about him. I'm going to give him a chance. He's definitely a good player. It's just whether he's right for the Premier League, right for this club, or good enough for the Premier League. Doesn't mean he's not a good player altogether. Brian Gill's a good example. I think he's a really good player in there somewhere, just not right for the Premier League. So we need to give him an opportunity. So I'm not going to throw my toys and out the pram and spit my dummy out that he's a club signing this, that, the other. But also I don't know a lot about him. So that's exciting in a way. Give him a chance. I don't think it's an area that I would have prioritised, but it's about 5 million. It's not a lot, and get the move done. And there are, excitement about him in Japan. So there's obviously genuine excitement, and you don't pay a record fee ever for a Japanese player in the J League for nothing. There's got to be potential there. Talent, scouting teams have a job on a lot of his database, so they would have analysed why he's right for the system. I just hope that they signed him for, rather than just a club, rather than he's cheap, this, that, and the other. I get some fans' concerns about that, though I don't think we should accuse and jump to conclusions. Hopefully he's signed for Thomas Frank. Hopefully he's a player that Thomas Frank approves that he wants, but time will tell. But those are my thoughts, and that is kind of your basic info. And apologies, I can't give you in-depth kind of analysis because I don't watch Japanese football. I do watch other leagues, but I don't watch Japanese football, certainly not the J League and the club that he plays for. But that Ronaldo stat, I do remember, and I do remember seeing that, and I remember what team he played for, so I didn't remember watching the game or remember if he'd done anything spectacular, but I know he's involved in that. So that is kind of your basics there. When it is announced, I'll do even more research I can provide for you, and we'll be doing a video hopefully on the importance you have in Thomas Frank's system. So make sure you're sticking around for that. Thank you for your continued support. For now, come on you Spurs. Spurs remain active in the transfer window. It looks like the second signing after Matthias Tell is set to be sealed, signed and announced. Good stuff.